Hey, today I'm talking about what to wear and what to pack for an all-day bike ride. A bike ride extravaganza, going up here to the mountains. I saw a video this week from Seth at Berm Peak. Everyone knows him. His video this week was really great. It was kind of telling people not to wear downhill bike stuff when you go cross country through the woods riding. And he's like, I have a video I wanted to make about what I wear and what I pack, because I think it's a little different, but I think I give really good advice. The first thing I want to say though is I have a theory. There's this popular theory called the Horseshoe Theory, where the two extremes match up together very closely. And beginner bike riders, beginner mountain bikers, and super seasoned mountain bikers, they're very close in their wardrobe, because, you know, I bike every single day, at least an hour a day. I'm out mountain biking, and I can't, unless I want to have a walk-in closet, what I bike in needs to be what I wear in my day-to-day clothes as well, because, you know, I go to work, I put on my work clothes, and then I want to go on my bike ride. I don't want to have to change my clothes after I'm done fixing bikes, or vice versa. So I dress somewhat normal. If you just look at me, you're gonna think, oh, he's just wearing regular clothes mountain biking. He's a noob. And maybe that's why I get asked so often, are you okay? Are you good? Are you good? But it's never super seasoned bike riders that ask me if I'm good. It's somewhat into the sport. They're like, they size me up and they think I don't know what I'm doing. But the reality is I've got a titanium bike with an Industry 9 custom stem. I've got fancy bags on my bike. I'm tanned like leather, all right? I'm wearing City carbon cycling shoes. So if anyone has any experience, they can look at me and be like, oh, he's just he's a weirdo. He's a shop rat type of guy. That's what I've been my whole life, working in bike shops, riding my bike every day. So this is my wardrobe. I'm gonna start off with, can you see my fancy shorts? So these are just Eddie Bauer shorts. I love Eddie Bauer, but you can't just go buy any shorts these days, because inflation, everything's gone crazy. If you want a good cycling short, you don't have to buy cycling branded shorts. You need nylon, cotton, and a little bit of spandex, and it's a great cycling short. Kool makes some good ones. This Eddie Bauer is the only one that has the nylon in there still. Most shorts, even if you walk into a high-end retailer these days, most hiking shorts, they're made out of polyester, and polyester is not nylon. Go look at polyester carpets versus nylon carpets. Nylon is a superior product. It doesn't stain as much. It lasts a whole lot longer than polyester. I don't buy no polyester pants, all right? I buy nylon, cotton blend. It's cool, it's breezy. And then another thing, people, they bike in like fancy road cycling clothes, you know? Everyone says cotton kills. Cotton feels great. On a hot bike ride like today, I love wearing a cotton shirt. And then this is the most inflammatory thing I wear. And after this, I'll get to what I pack, because that's a little bit more important. But I wear a hat going uphill. And people in my videos, there's always someone who's like, you should be wearing your helmet, young sir. I got my helmet, all right? Everyone has to take their own risks. If I was out riding with my kids have to wear a helmet up the mountain and down the mountain. But, you know, seeing as I'm a 37-year-old middle-aged man, I think I'm allowed to take the risks I want to take. And the nice thing about wearing a hat going uphill, you see how it's soaked in sweat? So instead of all this sweat dripping down my face, or if I wear a headband that tries to stop the sweat, then it just goes over the headband eventually. The sweat goes down and then it drips off the top of my hat, which is a lot less distracting than anything else. When you wear a bike helmet, the I get overheated, and I think heat exhaustion, for me personally, heat exhaustion is a bigger threat to my safety going uphill for 3 hours than it is that I might fall off my bike going 3-4 miles an hour and hurt my head. All right, so that's my calculated risk. I'm not telling anyone to do whatever. I definitely wear a helmet when I'm going over 5 miles an hour because you can crash and it's a good thing to do. So I always bring my helmet, but my bike climbs, I wear this hat. And this is a Patagonia duckbill hat. And what's great about this is this thing is super flexible. So when I'm done with my hat for the climb, I can just fold it up, put it in my pocket like this. Let me show you what else I got. So I got all my water in here. There was a little hiking section up to the top. So I always pack my Tread Lab hiking shoes in my Camelback. So they're on my feet right now. These are my city shoes. So this will be fun to go downhill, clipped in, have more control. Let me show you what I got on my bike. So I have some Relevate design packs. This is my GoPro mount. I put it in my mouth. It's kind of goofy. I got this idea from Bruce Chaston's YouTube. He was fixing one of these. I didn't even know they existed, but this, I can get a little bit of downhill footage because I only need a few seconds, and it's way less to pack in my packs. So I got that in there. I use Milwaukee safety glasses when I go downhill so bugs don't fly into my eyes. Let me show you what else. I got my 1UP multi-tool right here. Multi-tool, tire lever, and pump all in one. So I'm prepared for that. And then this right here, this is the most important stuff, all right? I got a tourniquet. I'm prepared. I'm an Eagle Scout. Can you believe that? I got a TPU tube. TPU tube's the best way to go. It's lighter weight, just in case. I don't know if I'll ever need it. I say that, and then I'll need it for this ride today. All right, so let me show you my first aid kit. If I can get it out. Okay, I got trauma bandages. And then this is the important stuff, all right? This is way more important than wearing your little elbow pads, okay? At least in my opinion, for this type of ride. We're at the top of the Crest Trail above Salt Lake City, Utah and Park City. I started at Park City Mountain Resort. I've never actually gone down the Crest Trail because I need my hat. I'm squinting too much. I've never gone down the Crest Trail because I never have felt like trying to get someone to pick me up. But yeah, I have little tissue wipes. Case, you know, something can happen on the trail. You might lose your burrito. Some towelettes, Benadryl. I'm deathly allergic to wasps, so I always have to have that on me. Yeah, I have a first aid kit video I can run through, but yeah, this is probably the most important thing. Little rolls of Gorilla Tape, duct tape. But yeah, you gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared. I thought I packed my water bottle filter, but I think I threw that in the other pack. So I don't have my water bottle filter, so that's a problem. What else did I want to say today? Oh, mountain bike fashion and running fashion. I hate what's going on right now. So during COVID, around 2020, 2019, pit vipers came out and they were funny. They were funny, all right? They were funny. I thought pit vipers were funny. But the problem is when you go, it's been almost a decade since pit vipers first started being cool. They're not cool anymore. It's ironic. And then what I've noticed is cycling and runners, they're wearing all these bright pastels, but the vibe is being ironic, and you can't coast for a decade on ironic fashion, all right? That's at least my opinion. You could say, oh, he looks like a goober. He's wearing his own t-shirt he sells. Buy a t-shirt, please. He's wearing Eddie Bauer shorts. he's a goober. Well, you know what? I don't care. I'm comfortable. I wear the clothes that fit what I do and my lifestyle the best, you know. I don't even have a full face helmet. I don't have any pads. You know, there's like there's a lot of like mountain bike pad companies that have been popping up, and I think they're selling on people things that they don't really need. If you feel so scared that you need to wear elbow pads, knee pads, chest pads, if you feel that scared riding cross-country mountain bike trails, you need to get better at mountain biking, okay? You need to get better at it. And that's all I've got to say. I got to throw everything back in my pack and get off the mountain and go take a little swim. So see ya everybody later. It's been fun. Should I show you this view a little bit better before we go? So that's Solitude, I think, right there. That nice, beautiful mountain peak. And over here is Park City. And this is like one of my top 4, I think it might be my top 2 places to get to, peaks to get to. As I remember, like 13 years ago, the first time I made it up here, I climbed 3,000 feet. I thought, man, I'm never gonna beat this. This is the best. And sometimes I was going through rough spots in my life, and I'd just sit up here and hang out, mess around, listen to music. And it's just kind of one of my favorite places. You know, they got utility towers, but it's fun, it's peaceful. So come up to Park City, come up to the Crest Trail, wear a cotton t-shirt, mountain biking. I dare you, I dare you.